Hello and welcome again in the third and last episode of Step Ahead EA. In this episode, we're going to talk about the optimization and the different approach we should consider it. First of all, I'm always optimizing on MT5. I prefer MT5 over MT4 because MT5 you go to agents, you see you can use all the cores in your PC. Even you can go and use a local network farm or even use MQL cloud networking to accelerate your optimization. So please consider moving to MT5. Other reasons to do MT5 is one, you can import easily the data in it. You can customize your spread. You can emulate your slippage, your recode execution. You can emulate even the commissions uh, that your broker is giving you, and you can also emulate the ping. So second point is the data you are using. Usually, I do not use the broker data. I go to Lucas Copy and I download my own data from there. I use TickStory. For those who know TickStory, I'll leave the link in my description below, in the video description below. Uh, it's a tool that will facilitate you the download of data from Lucas Copy and putting them in a format where you can upload them in MT5. Third thing you need to know about doing backtesting or optimization, you can use modeling on different parameters. So every tick based on real ticks and so on. 1 minute OHLC. Before choosing any of those parameters, you need to understand how your EA work. If your EA work only open a one trade every day or open a trade on a candle close, it's not really that interesting to go and do your optimization every tick because using every tick, it will consume a lot of resources and will take a lot of time to handle a optimization, while a 1 minute OHLC is quite fast. So you need really to understand your EA. If you have, for example, trailing stop, it's a scalper EA. For sure, you need to go with every tick to do your optimization. In our case, for step ahead, I will not be using for this optimization any trailing stop, any break even. So we'll go for 1 minute OHLC. What we need also to understand that we need to optimize, not to overfit. We're not gonna create a overfit parameters for this EA. An overfit basically works very well in the past, and but it will never work in the future. So this you need also to take into consideration when we're doing the optimization. And last of all is what we call outsample and insample, so forward testing. Basically, we're gonna customize or we're gonna optimize the EA on 8 years, and we're gonna test forward it on 2 years. So from 2012 till 2020, and from 2020 to 2022 for the forward testing. It's always important to do an optimization on all data and try to see if it will give any results on outsample data, and not really to optimize over the last 10 years and just put your AA live with those information. A more advanced way to do optimization is a work forward analysis. It's a little bit complex, and I may do a video just for this part to show you how usually I do a more in-depth optimization. All right, we talked about the theory. Let's jump to the practice. Here I'm optimizing USDJPY. It's custom data from the gas copy that I have imported on 1 minute for a period from 2012 till September 2020, just to have 2 years of out of sample. Um, Usually, I have a five less than 5 millisecond ping between my VPS and my broker, so I'll keep it as 5 millis. I'm just gonna first do the 1 minute OHLC, not more, and later on we're gonna go into the text, and optimization is enabled. For the inputs, what you need to know is you cannot just select all the inputs and just optimize them. It will take forever. You will have millions and millions of combination, and you will not be able to choose the right parameters. You're gonna need an optimization for your results in order to take one of them. So basically, you need to keep it logical, to keep it simple. It's and now to break breakout EA. Sorry. So The first thing you need really to simulate is what would be the range start and end dates, and that's it. That's You can start with this, and then you're gonna add, let's say, when you're gonna exit, what will be my our stop loss, and so on. So if we are going just to simulate the range start and range end, um, we can just simply select both and keep it from, let's say, 0 to 24 or 0 to 23 to 0 to 23. It will create a lot of data. From where I stand, basically the CA is created for a agent range breakout. So what I will try to simulate here or optimize is are only about the agent range. So my time, it's midnight as a start till, let's say, let's take until 12. 12, it's really after the morning session of London. Maybe we have a continue of consolidation, and later on it will break out. And for the range, and if I'm starting at midnight, let me start, let's say, around 3, and let me finish, let's say, around 16, just after New York open. So totally I have 182 different optimization to do, which is not bad. I don't think we need a lot more of that. Let us just start. We're gonna just close everything at 18 with London close, and keep the remaining as is. One thing you need to pay attention if you are doing some optimization, if you have any graph or other, just don't enter it in the optimization. You will gain some time performance. And one thing when you're doing optimization, always use a fixed lot. Don't use a, percentage lot, because if your strategy is well performing the last 1 year, let's say, you will have great results. When you put it into live, you will lose a lot of money on it. So just use a fixed lot for the optimization to see how it will go. Everything I'll keep it as is. So basically that's it. We have 182 different combination, and let us hit on start. All right, now the optimization is done. Just to let you know, I have launched a new optimization with on every tick based on real tick optimization, and I got the following results. First thing, when I do an optimization, I go and see the red results. Why the red results? This will help me to understand better the trading. For example, all the red results is when we finish by end of the, let's say, by midday GMT plus 2. So I know for a fact using a breakout strategy by midday is not a good strategy from the drawdown perspective. Same when I finish it just before the opening of New York session. So those are not the good choices to take. However, if I take the top, let's say 10, usually it's starting around 0 to let's say 2 hours, 0 to 2 a.m., and finishing between 4 and 7 approximately. The highest score or profit is this one. So starting at midnight and finishing at 5 o'clock. However, if you look a little bit down, so if I take this one to 4, I have much more less drawdown, and I have a approximately similar, let's say, return. So three k difference and on 8 years, it's not that big. If we look to the also previous one, it's giving a much more input. So I have a higher profit factor, higher expected payoff. Uh, Drawdown, I'm still around 10%. I have a higher recovery factor. I have a higher shape ratio. So for me, basically, I'll go with 0.7. Now I know my window, which is 0s to 7. Let me start to optimize the remaining inputs. All right, so basically it's 0 and 7, what I have chosen. Let me see if I can get a better result if I optimize the closure. So let's say my EA or my range ends at 7 a.m. Let me give it a couple of hours, let's say about 8, if I should close everything about 8 until 23. So I have 16 different optimization. Let me run this and see if I can get some good results. Well, the optimization of the closing hour has now finished. As you can see, the best result is to close about 22 hours, so late in the night. We have a better profit. We have only a better profit versus if we take, for example, the initial parameters, which were about 18 hours just before London close. For London close, we have less trades. We still have better recovery profit factor, better expected payoff, better drawdown, better recovery factor, and better Sharp ratio. So optimizing the closing hour, I will go for 18 o'clock. Let us now try to optimize if we should delete or not the pending order. Once we have a pending order, should execute it, it's a position. Should we delete the other one or not? So it's a simple two optimization we should do. And let's start. Well, it turns out that keeping two pending order active is still a better strategy. So I'm keeping two pending order active, pending order active. Now let us see the next parameter we should optimize. Basically, here we can optimize a take profit and stop loss. So let's, for example, try to optimize take profit and stop loss. We're gonna start with, let's say, a take a profit of 50% of the range till 6 times the range. And we can go 50 by 50 and percentage for stop loss we go from 50% also from the range till 5 times the range, and this should be the last optimization we have 96 different optimizations. So let us start with this one. Well, after 40 minutes I have now the results for the stop loss and take profit simulation. And quickly, if I'm looking at the best profit, I'm still with the initial parameter, which are non take profit is defined. Basically, we're crossing the trades at 1800, and we have 100% of the range as stop loss. We have several other options like 6 times the range as take profit. Anything beyond 3 times the range is very good, where we keep the stop loss to 100% of the range. So the results are frankly quite similar to each other. So I'll keep basically the first parameters. Now we have all the parameters optimized. Let us see how this EA would behave in out of sample data. So basically, I'll do a simple test. The inputs just to make sure we're aligned. So it start at 0 and at 7. We close everything at 18 o'clock. We don't have orders, deletion, or expiry. We have a one lot per trade. We don't have take profit. We have 100% of the range as stop loss. We don't use trail stop and we don't use break even. And And this time, instead of running it from 2012 to 2020, I'll be running it from 2020 till 2022. So starting 1st of October and till today, 2022, end of September. And let's see what kind of result we could have. Well, frankly speaking, it's quite impressive. We started with 10K, we're ending up around 30K. So we're doubling each year. If I go and see a little bit the details, so I have 9,872 as net profit. It's 1.34 as profit factor, which is very good. I have 11% drawdown, a little bit more than what I have in the backtesting, but it's still good. We're talking about $2,000 as drawdown. And basically, it's just proving that the optimized parameters work well in forward testing. So we're gonna take those parameters and we're gonna work with them on a live account. Hope you have found this video useful, especially that we have gone through the optimization process step by step and the way we think about it. Uh, and this is also proof that simple strategy like breakout from a range strategy can be a very profitable strategy if automated and well optimized like this one. You will find our EA in the description below, the link toward the EA. Just let you know, the first 30 copy of this EA will be only for the price of $30 in MQL5 market. So make sure to be inside the first 30 who downloaded. The price will increase later on. Uh, and just subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and activate the notification. A lot of good content like this EA and like this video is coming your way in the future. Thanks a lot and have an excellent trading journey.